Hey, it's Bri, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this story, you guys are gonna wanna see Bri all the time, every time I upload. I am really excited to tell you guys this story because I was talking about it with my sister and she did not agree with me. I was so irritated by this situation that I almost made a story time on TikTok, and I was like, wait, TikTok is not running me a check. So I decided to bring the conversation here on YouTube because I want to see what you guys think. So a couple of weeks ago, I was out running errands and I could not resist some quick retail therapy. So I decided to pop into Marshall's and see what they have for me.
So we hitting Marshall's up or what?
Now, if you're a real adult, like if you're a grown woman, bitch, you know that Marshall's is the perfect place for some impulsive shopping, because you could come up on a purse, you could come up on skincare. Like, there's so much in Marshall's that you could come up on. I would literally be sitting here talking all day. But look, we're not here to talk about how amazing Marshall's is, okay? I'm trying to set the tone for you guys. So I'm in Marshall's and I really didn't need anything. Like I said, I just wanted to waste money pretty much. I was just in there trying to fuel the beast that is capitalism. So I nosy my way to the accessories department because I have been rekindling my obsession with sunglasses. Like, when I was younger, that was like my biggest thing in life. I used to love collecting sunglasses, and that is like a passion that has never left me. So this particular guy from this story time, the only reason, okay, I'm lying, that's not the only reason, because he was stalking me so fucking hard. I could feel his energy, okay? I picked up on every romantic glance that he sent my way, bitch. I don't know when he noticed me. I guess he noticed me like as soon as I walked in the store. It wasn't until I was trying on different sunglasses that he actually decided to approach me. He came up to me and he said, "Can I buy you those sunglasses?" Did he creep me out? A little bit. Well, you know what? Let me not say he creeped me out, but I thought he was corny. And I looked at the price of the sunglasses. I was like, you know what? I don't even really need these, but if you're gonna get them for me, why not? So I perked up immediately. I went from minding my business to being the most bubbly bitch you have ever fucking met.
Friend? Bitch, I said you bad.
So I was being flirtatious. I'm asking him about his life, if he lives in the area, what he did for work, because he mentioned that he was like going for a walk and then he was gonna go to work later. So it just made sense to me to ask questions and, you know, have a little small talk. Basically, what I want you guys to understand is, in my opinion, I was just being cordial and respectful of the man's money. I wasn't really like impressed that he decided to spend money on me. I just was being nice because that's how I was raised, and that's what I felt like was appropriate to do. Like, if a guy is gonna spend money on me, I'm not about to be like, oh, thanks, enjoy your day. Like, I'm gonna make small talk. I'm going to be cordial because I was raised right. I don't fucking know. So after he buys the sunglasses, I walk with him outside. He's basically trying to figure out when I'm free so he could take me on a date. Now, around this time, I had just got my nails done, and you could see that I need to get a fill. So that's how you know I'm telling the truth, that this was like a couple of weeks ago. So it's important for me to tell you that I had just got my nails done, because when I was telling him, I really don't know if I can hang out with you this weekend because I'm already busy, he was like, oh, well, what about your nails? Do you need your nails done? Is there anything that I could do for you? And when he asked about my nails, I was kind of impressed. Even though I had literally just got them done the day before, I was impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, from first impression, you're already buying me things. You're offering to pay for my self-care, which means you're willing to take some of the load off of my shoulders. I'm not gonna lie to you, it piqued my interest a little bit. I'm like, what kind of man is this? This is different. In my opinion, I don't really run into guys my age that are on that. So I was definitely interested. I don't want to say that just because he offered to pay for my nails that I was automatically gonna go on a date with him. I still was not gonna make no time to go on a date with him, but I just was like, okay, Good to know. So we exchanged numbers and he was really pressing me to hang out with him that weekend. But I promised him that as soon as I caught up on my work schedule, that I would make time for him and that we would hang out and go eat. A couple of hours later, I go to the grocery store and I find out that he's the security guard at my grocery store. So the job that he mentioned that he had to go to later was literally down the street from my house. I was so irritated. I gotta find a new grocery store. Like, honestly, I gotta start going to a totally different grocery store because I am awkward. I'm one of those people, if I'm watching a show and the main character is giving me secondhand embarrassment, I will literally fast forward through the show. So if I feel like that about a fictional character, imagine the length that I will go to avoid awkward and weird ass situations in my own life. I feel like that was a really good example. Cause dude, when I saw that he was a security guard, I was just like, I flirt with way too many people here. I'm not about to be doing this with you. I'm not about to stop getting free steak and shrimp because you got a crush on me.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
So when I saw him at the grocery store, I acknowledged him, especially because I literally was wearing the sunglasses that he bought me. Oh my God, it was so cringe in real life. Like, it was so annoying in real life. So he comes up to me, he's like, hey, he's trying to have a conversation. I see one of the other boys coming up to me trying to flirt too, so I cut that short. Honestly, I was overstimulated. I made sure to get in and out of that store, okay? Now, my phone is always on D&D. Y'all need to know this. This is actually going to be very important in the story, for real. So when I left the store, I came home, I cooked, I was probably doing some YouTube related shit, right? So I checked my phone and I see that he had texted me hours earlier after I left the store asking me if everything was okay because I got in and out of the store so fast, he assumed that something was wrong. This particular day, if I'm not mistaken, I think my lash tech had canceled my lash appointment. I just used that as an excuse because it really did kind of put me in a fucked up mood. I was not the best at texting back and forth with this guy. I was so bad at texting back. This guy was already out of town by the time that I wanted to go on a date. When I was finally like, okay, I'm content with my channel, you know, I'm uploading consistently, let me go enjoy life. He was like, girl, I'm in Louisiana. So then a few more days go by, let's say like 5 days go by, and he texts me, he's like, hey, I'm back in town. What happened to you? When he got back in town from Louisiana, we were texting back and forth because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was trying to get over another guy. So because I was trying to get over another guy, I was going through this phase where I was like, Brianna, you really need to change your type. Like the kind of guys that you're attracted to, they are not the best for you. You need to go outside of your comfort zone. You need to try somebody new. And this guy is new. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is not my type. And if you date men, you already know what I'm talking about because it's like you just get to a certain point where you're like, everybody I'm attracted to is a piece of shit. So maybe I should expand my horizons. I said all of that to say I was not attracted to this guy. Like, he was not cute to me. I was just like, you know what? Maybe I've been too focused on looks. So I was giving him more attention. I still was texting back every few hours, but at least it wasn't every few days. Okay, so you know how I mentioned that I'm always on Do Not Disturb? Like my phone stays on D&D. Something that I forgot to mention to you guys earlier in the story that really gave me the ick about this guy is how many times he will call me on the phone. If my phone is always on D&D, that means that you have to call me twice to get through. This guy will call me like 6 times, bro. Why do you need to call me so many times? And then he will be calling me at 1:29 in the morning. This guy was weird as fuck. I need you to understand that. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I have not gone on any date with you. I've never spent any one-on-one time with you. Why do you feel like you could call me? And then the first time you called, it went straight to voicemail. So you called again, and then I didn't pick up the phone. And then you called again, and it went to voicemail. And then you called again and again. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. And I need you guys to know that he did this shit more than once at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. I am not your bitch. Now that you guys know that, it's gonna make so much more sense why I cut him off. So the first day he comes back from Louisiana, we're texting back and forth. He's like, do you even still want to go on a date? I'm like, yeah, let's make it happen. Do you drive? Because remember, I told you guys, I didn't even know if he had a car, because when I met him, he was talking about, oh, I'm going for a walk. Let me tell you something. I don't like walking. I don't like getting on a bus. I don't like getting Uber. That's just period. And I'm in a situation right now where I'm an Uber warrior and I don't like it. So if I'm going to add a man to my roster, he needs a car. Like, it's literally non-debatable. I asked him, bitch, and this is very important. I was like, do you drive? He said yes. 24 hours go by. Now, I already told y'all that this man had no problem at all calling me back to back. His number is not saved. So every time he does this, I'm discombobulated. I'm like, who the fuck is calling me? And it takes me a minute to like really identify the number. This particular day, I was knocked out. My phone rings. I instantly decline it. It rings again. Who the fuck is this? Because I know I'm on D&D. So I grab my phone. I see the number. I'm irritated. I'm like, why does he keep doing this? Like, what is wrong with him, right? So you know how when your phone is ringing, you have the option to like send a text message? So I sent a text message and I said, what could it possibly be at 1 in the morning? Because I'm not your bitch. After I sent that text, he immediately texted me back. He's like, LOL. As soon as I saw the LOL, boom, I put my phone face down and rolled over and went to bed. Like, bitch, nothing is funny about that. Now, I have a very fucked up sleep schedule, so I'm always up at like ungodly hours of the day. I remember I woke up again probably around like 4:50 or like 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, that's how you know my sleep schedule is fucked up, because I wake up and I'm like, why 4:55? Like, I remember when I woke back up, I grabbed my phone and this guy was texting me talking about, oh, I need a ride. I just got into it with my peoples. And he said something else, but I got the ick so bad. And I'm gonna tell you why. I asked you, my brother, if you drove and you said yes. Why are you asking me, a woman, for a ride? Especially after you gotten into a confrontation with whoever you live with. So me, as a young woman, I'm supposed to get in my car and drive to you out of concern for your safety. What about my safety? I could pull up on you and some bitch could jump out and beat my ass. So when I saw that he was basically calling me to get him out of a situation, I was like, I don't need no more drama in my life. I took a screenshot of that shit, sent it to my sister. I was like, he is blocked. I don't like when guys are going through shit. Leave me alone if you going through shit. If you got a MacBook, you already know that when you block people on your phone, you can still see the messages on your computer. So I was doing something on my computer and I actually saw that the guy messaged me and he put, wow, you really left me hanging last night, LOL. Girl, when I saw that, I was flabbergasted. I literally was flabbergasted. And so I literally unblocked him on my phone just so I could text him and say, yeah, whatever you were going through at 1 in the morning had nothing to do with me. I'm petty like that. I really don't care how y'all feel in the comments. Like, I'm gonna give my 2 cents if I feel like you got me fucked up. Just period. You're gonna hear from me if you got me fucked up. That's just what it is. This guy has severely given me the ick because he does not understand the concept of boundaries. I don't even know this person and he is already so evasive. You know what I'm saying? He wants access to me at a certain level that, in my opinion, he did not deserve. You guys can say I'm guarded, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Now, this is where I take accountability. I'm the one that unblocked him. I'm the one that opened the door for communication again with this weirdo. He definitely could have just stayed blocked. And that's what I get for being petty. Okay, whatever. We took accountability. So he texts me back and he tells me that I shouldn't be so mean because all he wants to do is take me out on a date. And then he asked me again how much my nails are. Now, what I'm about to tell you guys, I cannot believe this happened to me. I thought that I was so player. I would never even run into a lame ass guy like this. If this guy was already giving you the ick, I promise you, it's about to intensify. Okay, so when he tells me that I'm being mean and that he's just trying to show me a good time, you know, be a gentleman or whatever, I apologized. And I was like, you know what? I work so much. Sometimes I really genuinely just don't care about my dating life. When I said that, he was like, I totally understand where you're coming from. I feel the same way sometimes. A couple of minutes go by and then he texts me again and he says, you never told me how much your nails were. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, this man been asking to pay for my nails or bringing up paying for my nails since I met the man. I'm just gonna tell him straight up how much my hands and feet cost, because I'm not gonna go and just get my hands done. I'm gonna get my hands and feet done, because when I go and I pay for myself, I pay for both services. So why would you only pay for one? Like, that doesn't make no sense to me, girl. So this is why he gets cut off. When I tell him how much I spend on average at the nail salon, he was like, what? That's too much. And girl, I was like, you've been asking to pay for this, and then I tell you how much it is, and you're gonna tell me it's too much? Like, I've never experienced that in my life. I've never had a guy offer to pay for something, beg me to tell him how much it costs, and then say like, oh no, that's too much money. I've never experienced that before. I was flabbergasted. So when he texted me and he was like, oh, that's way too much money, I was like, to who? Because I'm paying for this shit. I pay for this myself. So it's too much money to who?
I've been grown. I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
I just had to be petty. Like, I had to. Couldn't resist. He messaged me back. He's like, to anyone. I was so irritated. And then that's when I messaged him back with my clever, brilliant self. And I said, a bad bitch is a luxury few can afford. This text message right here is how he ended up permanently blocked, okay? He said to me, to each their own, but would you spend that much money on a guy? Honest to God, I've never had a man ask me that in my life. I've never experienced that. I know that that's like a trendy conversation on social media, but I've never had anybody ask me a social media question in real life. And when I tell you, I got the ick so bad, bitch. I came out of my own skin. I was disgusted. I literally texted him and I was like, block me back. This is why I had to get on here and tell you guys this story, because this is what I think my sister did not understand, and I really want to get you guys' opinion. Like, I really need to know what y'all think, because I know I make sense. I'm trying to tell you, I know I make sense, right? This is why I cut him off. This is what really fucking irritated me. How can you act like a provider, and then when it's time for you to provide, you're gonna ask me if I would do the same thing for you? What do I gain from that? When I first met this guy, he bought me something. He asked me how much my nails were. Not only that, he kept asking how much my nails were. Even though I wasn't really texting him back like that and I was constantly going ghost, he would text me and be like, hey, do you need anything? So for him to act one way, and then when I finally tell him, oh, this is how much this costs, and I haven't been able to go to the nail salon because I've been in grind mode, you're gonna tell me that it's too expensive? Why would I lower my budget to date you? Why would I start going to a cheaper nail salon? Like, why would I change my life because you want to be in it? The way that I saw it, which is why I cut him off, what do I as a woman gain from giving some random man that I'm dating $150, $200? What the fuck do I gain from that? You're a man. You're not gonna go get pretty for me. You're not gonna go get sexy for me. So what the fuck do I gain from that? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, what do I really gain as a woman, as a young, attractive, single woman? What the fuck do I gain from going 50-50 or whatever the fuck this guy is talking about? And I could not believe he asked me that. But would you spend that on me? Then when I told my sister's like, oh, I mean, but if that was your man, you wouldn't spend $200 on your man. He's not my man. That's the whole thing. He's not my man. We've never been on a date, and he has been constantly talking about, let me pay for your nails, let me buy you food, do you need anything? And then I finally tell you what it costs to be the boss, and you're like, no. I don't go to the nail salon, and when I show them the design and they tell me what it's gonna cost, I'm like, no, lower it. And that's why I cut him off, because I'm like, what the fuck do you think this is? fresh and fit.
Would you prefer the man to be the leader and you don't have to go 50-50, or do you actually want a 50-50 relationship with a man?
Do you think that you're on a red pill podcast right now? This is not a conversation that I'm really about to have with a grown-ass man in real life. I never asked him to pay for shit. That's the difference too. Because I do know that there's broke bitches out there that just got their hand out and they feel like any guy that talks to them has to pay their rent. I'm not that kind of girl. He pissed me off so bad, you guys. I was going in on him in audio message to my sister because I was like, can you believe this? I was calling him all kind of bums and my sister was like, don't call him no bum. He just sound like he trying to get his stuff together. Okay, well if you trying to get your stuff together, you shouldn't be talking to no girls. To me, he's a bum because don't act like you got money if you ain't got no fucking money. I ask you, do you drive? You talking about yes, and then 24 hours later you asking me for a ride. You are a fucking weirdo. And I told my sister that too. I was like, damn, should I have been specific? Should I have said, do you have a vehicle? Like, that just lets me know you're a liar. Now that I think about it, you guys, he's probably one of those incels that think that girls only like guys with money. So he pretended to be a guy with money. That just fucking dawned on me right now. Because I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me what I would gain as a beautiful fucking woman spending $200 on a man. You guys, I really feel like this story time is a conversation starter on so many levels. And I am so excited to hear from you guys in those comments below. If you have gone through like a similar experience, because like I said, I've never had no man in real life tell me no shit like this ever in my life. That's why I said, like, I wanted to instantly make a story about this. I was ready to go to TikTok. In my opinion, it really just doesn't make sense to have empathy or to be understanding to a person that feels like what I paid to feel beautiful about myself is too expensive, because I have no problem paying that. So I'm not gonna have somebody in my life making me feel like I should lower my standards or whatever the fuck he was going through. I really don't even want to understand that shit. Like, that's not a world or a reality that I want to be a part of. And that's why he's on the block list, because he can have those weird ass conversations with a weird ass bitch. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know your thoughts, stories, and opinions. I literally want to hear it all, bitch. I really actually do. Because somebody left me a comment on one of my story times recently and they were like, oh, I feel like I saw this story time from another YouTuber. And I thought to myself, yeah, maybe because men are trash. Like, I'm actually not surprised other women are experiencing the same thing as me. So let me know in those comments below that I am not alone. With that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Till next time.